back there for a while in Maui.
I think he sent that message loud and clear. It's always such a great atmosphere inside Gamble Pavilion, and we appreciate you spending your evening with us. Off we go.
That steal. Right there going to right now. The Huskies go a little man-to-man. And this is a man, by the way, number 15.
Yeah, Norchad Omier for Baylor. They've got a lot of good ones, but he is a double-double machine.
Weave, middle roll, empty side.
There is Omier. Late shot clock here on the first possession.
A pretty solid defensive stand early here.
That's the spot he likes to get to, and what a tough fadeaway for Norchad Omier.
He has really expanded his game. Carves out area on that offensive glass as well. This slows UConn down a little. Back to occasionally man, occasionally the matchup.
Well, I said it at the top of the broadcast, but defense is going to be something to watch because neither coach has been happy about their team defense.
And this is the automatic switching at all 5 spots right now by Baylor. They mix it up. Sometimes 4 guys, sometimes 5 automatic switch.
Deep 3, DR the point guard off the mark. And there's an early foul against Connecticut and Jalen Stewart.
Nickel dimer. One thing UConn has done since Danny's been here is rebounded and guarded. They approached that today as we both watched them. Be demanding in that particular aspect of the game.
Yeah, and that's what he said. We want to get back to that defensive identity. It's been our bread and butter, and really the same thing for Scott Drew and these Baylor Bears. Here's Jeremy Roach, the Duke transfer, grad transfer after 4 seasons with the Blue Devils.
Oh, there's a screen when Omier comes out to guard you. Nice block.
Nice block.
Stays with it.
But Roach will get an open 3, and he knocks it down.
Well, that looks familiar, huh? Against St. John's. They game winner late.
They beat him 99-98. Roach had the game-winning 3. Near that win against St. John's, they did have a tough loss against Tennessee, did Baylor. They've had a challenging schedule early.
Chaz Lanier lit him up, right?
Yes, he hit 8 threes, 7 in the first half.
Oh, Sampson's got to take advantage. Look at the mismatch in the lane. He's got Love. Goodness. Should read that. Love with a little attack.
Instead, it's a careless turnover and a tough start here for the UConn Huskies.
Scott's always got his team prepared, both ends of the floor. Take good shots, complex defensively.
Down inside, John went on, then back out. Omier, he has that in his arsenal, but he misses there.
Nice rebound. Physical.
Yeah, they've got a foul against Baylor, but that's Liam McNeely, Ralph, number 30 for UConn, the top 10 freshman McDonald's All-American.
I look for him in the next month to expand his game. There's so much he can do, physically imposing, can put it on the deck. Going to be a terrific shooter, great technique as well.
When you mentioned Danny Hurley wanting better rebounding, he's going to love that on film from Liam McNeely.
And the way they cut without the basketball is right up Liam's alley. And he gets himself free here because of that.
But he misses the 3. He's a great 3-point shooter, but off the mark that time.
Pretty good transition D. He's going to bounce, see if he's stunned or help out.
Langston Love driving, trying to find his way, but McNeely with a rejection.
Ooh, Sampson gets a small inadvertent foul, small change. They've got to stay away from fouls, the big guys.
Samson Johnson, Terrace Reed Jr. fouled out at 2 of the 3 losses in Maui. You're exactly right. Those big men, they cannot get into foul trouble for UConn.
Got to play small. They had Caravan a few times playing the 5 spot because of that dilemma.
And right now, actually, Reed, number 5, comes on for UConn. This is the first time all year that Reed and Sampson have been on the court for UConn at the same time. So Danny Hurley mixing things up a little bit.
I think Reed should get some touches on the block with this lineup, too.
5 to shoot. Love drives, and then he gets bumped. 10,000 disagree here in Stores, but that's on McNeely.
Couldn't get it turned. Used the belly bump. It's a poised Baylor team. Took it on the chin early against Gonzaga. They get their legs as they do frequently under Scott.
Meanwhile, for UConn, they haven't scored. They have 3 fouls. Not the recipe for success that Dan Hurley was looking for. How about Roach with a little running hook?
He's so confident, this kid. So I'm doing it at Duke. Quality offensive player.
Oh, he was so good at Duke. 2-time captain, scored almost 1,500 points for the Blue Devils. And he's got 5 here early.
And this is where they need backcourt leadership. There's been a little bit of a dilemma.
Reed was posting. Instead, McNeely gets the bucket. And there are the first points for UConn at the 16-19 mark.
That's what impresses you with this young guy. Very good going to his left early in the year. Saw him finish at the rim. Knows he took the hit, just throws it up there. But the strength here, parting the waves and finishing big time.
I mentioned his pedigree, the McDonald's All-American. He decommitted from Indiana back in March. Dan Hurley said we need an impact score right away, and they went out and got it.
They sure did.
And he is a native from Texas, so he knows all about the Baylor Bears. Grew up 2 hours from Waco. Johnson got his hand on it. And it belongs to UConn.
How about that denial, too? Those long arms. Pretty impressive. And Tyrus Reed outside playing Ormier as we see the pretty good denial. Good reaction. He's great on ball screens. Good speed to recover as well. Ormier takes a little bit of a blow here.
Yeah, Norchad O'Meara to the bench for Scott Drew and Baylor.
Stella staying in on the floor now.
Here's Diarra. He's been running the point. Veteran, usually a backup guard, but a starter now. 3 on the way and off the mark by Solo Ball. But UConn keeps it. Ball on the reload. He got it.
Every time he shoots it, you think it's going in. Great rotation. Gets those puppies organized. And they have awakened here in Stars. Double drag with the horns.
Rob Wright, the freshman, got it to bounce down.
Tough kid, isn't he?
Well, and he was teammates.
Tom Bird, you mentioned?
Yeah, he was teammates there last year with Liam McNeely. Those two now against each other tonight.
He does a great job getting the lane and finishing.
Think about that team at Montverde Academy last year, though, with those two. My goodness. Another one, but this one off the mark for Ball. And a rebound comes to Baylor.
Yeah, nice job using the screens to get himself set.
Driving inside. McNeely got his hands on it. They say it's clean. Here comes Diarra.
A nice pass. They got a foul before on the pass.
And that will send us to our first media timeout.
How about Sampson? He is alive. Nice pass. How about Ball? Whether it's screen, he's such a solid guy, and it's difficult for him to handle. I mean, there are expectations, and his included. A lot of people talking about three-peat. I think that's dissipated now. You get back to work, get these guys organized, and see how good they can become, particularly this sophomore class.
Well, they went out to Maui, the number 2 ranked team in the country. Now they're barely hanging on to the number 25 ranking. Both of these teams, though, lost 4 starters from a year ago. Diarra off the mark. But Raph, Baylor's kind of going through the same thing of trying to find themselves this year.
Absolutely. Every year is different. Chemistry is different, particularly with the portal. Oh, easy find.
And Love knocks it down from the wing.
And he has shot well the last 2 years. Struggling out of the gate this year early on. 1 for 9. Also going to put it on the deck. They need that.
Even with some new faces for Baylor, Langston Love, a guy who's often been injured in his career, but he's an older guy, redshirt junior, with a lot of experience.
And a nice show by Ormier. Norchad, look at him.
Well, Diarra needs some help here. Able to get it outside to Stewart. Now Diarra in the corner. That was tipped.
Pace.
That's O'Meara. He's so good at those closeouts.
Well, he plays the total game. Little early screen and roll. Nice hesitation.
There's Love again. This time McNeely gets out to him. So Love drives it and finishes at the rim.
Boy, how about that? That sequence for him. 2 in a row. A tray and a deuce.
Mentioned his injuries. He missed the first 4 games this year with a lingering ankle issue.
He looks like he's hurting, by the way.
Yeah.
Gambling a little bit.
Yeah, Love not moving at 100%.
There's that automatic switching. Complex, annoying, disturbing. Connecticut not healing it real well, but this is just the ability to get them organized and drill it. Good ball movement. A lapse defensively by UConn. Extra look. Big time, Drew.
Well, it's a game of runs so far. Baylor jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Then UConn scored 6 straight. And now 7 straight for Baylor, helped by that guy Langston Love. Yeah, we'll have to watch how he's moving. That ankle at times can still bother him.
Roach, good job. Not turning it over on that dribble drive. What a mixture this kid is. Whether it's outside or in, right? Get the and a chance for 3.
Well, with the veterans on their team, you sometimes forget about this guy, but remember the name Robert Wright. He's going to be a good one, the freshman, for a long time.
He handles beautifully, keeps his dribble alive. Wise all out.
I mentioned that he and Liam McNeely of UConn played together last year in high school. Also on that team, Cooper Flagg of Duke, Derek McQueen of Maryland. So I think there's a reason they went 33-0.
No wonder Kevin Boyle wins all those games, Coach. I just talked to McNeely's family there before the game, and Kevin was my last scholarship. I've said it a few times at Seton Hall.
Really?
Yeah. He went on then to go to St. Peter's. Good career and obviously phenomenal job coaching.
And you didn't ruin him somehow.
No, I left. I couldn't. We couldn't blame it on me. Mahaney on the floor. I'd like to see him relax and just play. Nice pass.
Yeah, over the top. Good feed from Ross to Johnson.
Danny likes Ross. Very active, good hands, long, lean.
Boy, they needed that. That stops a 10-0 Baylor run.
This is what Sampson does. Look at this. They don't recover in the back.
And Ojonwuna with a reverse.
Always in that dunker spot, isn't he?
And he's a guy, Ojonwuna, number 17, 3rd year, but his first as a starter that Scott Drew wants to see make a big leap this year.
There's that switching. Look at the post. Sampson's got size and the giveaway. Celestine.
He picks up the foul, does Jalen Celestine, and that takes us to immediate timeout.
I think the automatic switching will help Connecticut when Reed is up. I think you've got to relax a little bit. There's more there than he's exhibited, at least to me, early.
Yeah, that point guard spot, whether it's Mahaney, Diarra, Ahmad Noel off the bench for UConn, that is a real question mark right now. But they know this guy can score it. Liam McNeely, the freshman at the line.
And you mentioned Noel, too. That kid's going to be a really nice player. Just takes a little bit of time.
He's able to knock both down. His mom is in the crowd, by the way, Liam McNeely. Family made their way up from Texas. There's Mom Ashley, who played at Rice.
Grandpa right alongside as well.
And she wore number 30 at Rice, and that's why son Liam wears number 30 here at UConn.
Well, talk about doing your homework.
You know,
great.
Do what I can.
Not much of a social life.
You took a nap. I was researching, you know. Baylor still up 9.
Ormear screens you. You are screened. Look at him hustle. Almost came up with it.
Here comes Mahaney. Great dish, and Ross knows what to do with it.
Absolutely. Ross not at a loss at the 10. Mahaney with the right give at the right time.
That woke up 10,000.
They have to tie stops together, though. Baseline, floppy set, pin downs, nice pass.
Wright feeds it in, and that quiets the crowd as Ormear scores it.
Boy, does he know how to curl himself and present to the ball, Ormear.
Here's Mahaney. This is the guy you were talking about, St. Mary's transfer.
Look at Sampson underneath with a guard. So that's what you've got to look and take advantage of.
Well, they have not been able to get it inside at all.
Well, they haven't looked. He's got him now. Give it to him.
Ross tries, but it's too late.
Too late.
They will keep it, but there's only 4 to shoot for the Huskies.
How about the weak side coverage? They had 3 guys attacking that pass. It's got to be ball move timed and dump it in at the proper angle.
So watch the timer here. 4 to shoot as Mahaney inbounds.
Right now, not a lot of shooters on the floor other than this guy.
That was a pretty good play. Reed gave it right back to Aiden Mahaney.
Well, everybody runs that play, and people just don't stop it.
Aiden Mahaney with that 3 went over 1,000 career points, 950 those during his time at St. Mary's.
Nice slip through. The whip, they call it.
5 to shoot. Nunn drives. Blows by Stewart, but Johnson recovers to reject it. And then there's a foul on Baylor.
Big John, John Wana with that giveaway here, but what a save, and this is what he can do. Sampson captured everybody defensively here. Very alert, attuned.
And that is the second foul on the big man Josh Ojonwuna, so he will go to the bench. And we still have 10 minutes left in this half.
See, right now, if they switch, I think Reed's going to do some damage on the block. Get an automatic switch and take the guard to the block. A nice recovery by Romir.
They left Mahaney, and he makes some pay.
Has he arrived, maybe?
This might be the coming out party for the transfer Aiden Mahaney. It's a 10-0 run.
Look at Danny.
Look at Danny Hurley.
Oh,
Baylor.
It would take a late evening of lemonade for me to react that way.
Tonight coming off the bench and giving them a big spark.
Interesting lineup out there, too. Not a lot of shooters, per se, for UConn.
And it continues to be a game of runs. And now Baylor's lead is down to 3.
Celestine on the floor can make some threes, too. Side ball slip, a double one. We had the wide open Celestine, got it to him too late.
And he misses it. The Cal transfer, Jalen Celestine off the mark.
Force them to switch. That's what you have to do. Screen.
Mahaney.
There you go.
He's got that look in his eye right now. He almost lost it.
Not a
bad pass. Turnover by Ross.
That is a talent. Feed the post. Empty side cross. He is so good.
And a blocking foul on Mahaney, and that's his second. So 2 on Mahaney and 2 at the line coming for Baylor.
Brandon, really nice execution there. And clever with the bounce, too. Sets his man up beautifully. A little bit of a late help. Mahaney.
Well, and with the way the rules are structured now, you really got to be set to take that charge.
Seldom do you see it, do you? Once the plan is down, makes it easy for the officials, too. I like the way they do it.
I think it makes more sense. The thought was create more offense, freedom of movement in the college game, and I think it's done that.
Less injuries.
Yeah. So Jeremy Roach, fifth-year player, knocks down the first free throw as Danny Hurley's going to send Mahaney to the bench with those 2 fouls. Roach, preseason second team all Big 12, and he gets them both.
And Diarra will be the point guard in this look. I think we got to get Reed involved a little bit.
Yeah, he really hasn't had a touch, number 5 for UConn. Well, they're trying to get it in there now.
Pretty good defense, Norshad.
Cross court skip way off the mark. There's a touch for Reed. He got it himself.
Big rebound.
He's a big fella, 6'10", 260, the transfer from Michigan. Into the shot clock here. Reed's got to put it up. Off the side of the iron, but McNeely long on the triple. What a battle it is for the rebound.
Both teams going at it.
Roach in the corner. That's partially tipped.
That Wright should have got it there just a step earlier. One extra bounce cost a clean look.
In the corner.
Nice pass.
Johnny on the spot.
Mir got a piece of that. Unfortunately for him, it went right to the white shirt.
You can tell the physicality of this game. I know it's early, but this means a lot to both programs.
No question. Mentally, I think. Drop step.
O'Meara, and he's fouled by Reed.
Don't reach down.
But again, that's been an issue for the UConn big men this year.
Absolutely. It's really hurt them, but being in the right spot.
And now for UConn, of course, you've got Bobby out at Arizona State. Of course, right. Father Bob, a Hall of Fame coach in New Jersey. So these guys were born into this.
They were. We always call them the first family of basketball in New Jersey, and rightfully so. Live and breathe the game.
Scott Drew was asked this week, so if you and your brother Bryce had to go against Dan and Bobby right now in a one-on-one game, he said, well, I'm the weak link in that, so I think I'd give it to the Hurleys. Or a two-on-two game, I should say.
I get Homer to coach one club, right?
Yeah.
Bob Sr.
But such great basketball families, just tremendous talents.
Mir really has become quicker in my eyes from the Miami days. They close out, helps on ball screens.
Shot clock at 4.
Got to elevate. Nice step.
And he's going to draw the foul. You know, he came to college as a shooter, but as you can see, Raph, he can do more than that.
Well, physically, he's imposing. Big, strong kid. Once he gets a piece of that lane, can put you to the shed a little bit. Nice drop step, good control, step through.
He's able to draw the second foul on Jeremy Roach.
Checking on the, see if anything was amiss, maybe. Little hand to the shoulder, they check it frequently. I think it's a play on.
Yeah, they said play on. James Breeding, Tim Clockerty, Randy McCall, the officials. It's Love who picked up his second foul there as McNeely knocks down the first free throw.
Be interesting to see some adjustments at halftime, particularly for Connecticut, I think, in terms of getting the ball inside and making the switching pay.
Well, yeah, Ref, UConn's taken 17 shots, only 4 of them in the paint. They just haven't been able to get it in there.
Right. And it is terrific defense, too. They're pinned down. Boy, the activity. Mir, look at this kid.
What a nice feed by Wright.
It was beautiful, but the activity, that size, bulk. Goodness.
Big fella, Norchad O'Meara, and he's so experienced. Spent the time at Miami. One of the top names in the portal this offseason. It was a big get for Scott Drew.
I read he played volleyball and handball. So he's got some foot movement.
At that size, to be doing, he's got doing something right. Late shot clock again. Diarra short rebound to Roach.
Tough defensively.
UConn has had to settle for a lot of threes. They're 3 of 13 from long range.
Roach pretty good again to that free throw area, keeping a guy on his hip.
Well, every time O'Meara gets it, he's attacking. Somehow he saved the possession.
Beautiful. Didn't give up on it.
That Jaden Nunn on the drive, and he gets all the way to the rack.
Goodness. Love the way he plays this kid. 22 threes to complement with a blow-by.
That's his first bucket tonight, but he's 1,000-point scorer, 2 years at VCU and now 2 at Baylor, and that's going to prompt Dan Hurley to take a timeout.
Danny doing a little officiating, but understanding the game as well. I mean, he can post up. His speed to get out of ball screens is the other area of concern. I mean, you have some problems trying to keep up with him, particularly weak side help.
UConn happy to see right now that he's getting a breather on the bench with 5.5 remaining.
And Mahaney back on the floor. See if he can light it up a little bit.
And McNeely will let it fly. A little long.
Sampson over the top with the hand. Oh, they stayed here with it. He's lucky.
Yeah, they're going to get it on Baylor. I think they got Celestine.
Oh, they did.
And that's his second.
John, I thought it might have been him for number 3.
So Baylor has 4 players with 2 fouls right now. That's something to watch here with still 5:24 remaining in the half. Samson Johnson, short.
66%. Struggles a little bit from the line.
Baylor with a 6-point lead here, 5-2. Baylor with those losses so far that we talked about to Gonzaga and Tennessee. Look at that action. And we'll send it the other way. Tell you what, Liam McNeely has been all over the court tonight.
Unbelievable, the hustle. A little stack look with a run out. You got to be prepared for a lot of things with this Baylor team. The ball ends up actually on top. Pretty good call.
Well, Dan Hurley, after the struggles in Maui, trying to light a fire under his team, getting them motivated. I think Liam McNeely received that message.
Absolutely. Well, they switch and communicate, tag their guy. There it is again. Like Velcro. Not much room to turn the corner. Ooh.
Now that Baylor defense, it's about as good as it's been this year.
Look at this help. Ooh, a slap down. He got away with it.
Well, it fell right to Samson Johnson. The guy who had his playing time blocked the last 3 years by a couple of good ones in Adama Sanogo than Donovan Clingan, but bigger role this season.
You get the feeling McNeely is absolutely involved in this game. I mean, that dribble drive is very competitive. Good job icing it away from the screen.
Here's Wright, 3 to shoot. The freshman stops and pops. In and out. And a strong rebound for Jaden Ross.
Tough kid.
3, quick release, and it drops for solo ball.
You got to be on him on the catch. Gorgeous looking stroke. Hit him in the right spot.
Baylor led by 11. It's down to 1.
Got to keep out of the lane now.
Love attacking Mahaney, and they're going to say play on. Shot clock at 5, and now a whistle. It's a foul on UConn on the floor, and that'll send us to the benches.
Danny's not on the bench. The teams are.
Well, he did tell us at shoot-around that with the players, too, this year, he was hard on them early, and he's always going to be hard on them, but softening that approach a little bit, giving them a little leeway, saying, hey, this isn't the team from the last 2 years. We do have a few returnees, but a lot of new guys that are still trying to learn things.
Right over the top here. Amir gets a little, normally he's pretty good at that because he carves his shoulder into the defender.
First foul on O'Meara, will walk to the other end.
Is that what you looked like when you were younger, by the way?
What's that?
Is that what you looked like?
Norchad O'Meara?
Very similar.
I was a little stronger.
Until you went to diet.
Yeah, we're not exactly identical, but there are some similarities, yes.
I can't get over his foot speed combined with that strength.
I mean, it's unbelievable. He looks like a defensive end or a linebacker out there. But, yeah, how quickly and adept he moves, it's something to watch.
I think that's the key to their defense, too. The way he performs at that end. Coverage is impeccable.
Meanwhile, though, if Johnson hits this, it'll be the first lead of the game for UConn after trailing by double digits. And there you go.
Left on the floor a little bit here. Passive, I would think.
Everybody's up.
And look at the physicality on the block. Look at how he takes hold. That's kind of a wall. Okay.
It is.
Either one.
Johnson pulled the chair out for O'Meara.
Where is Rick Mahorn when you need him? That was his favorite little ploy. But give a guy, look at the bulldozing ability. Whew.
And Johnson giving up 40 pounds to O'Meara, but there he tricked him. 4 straight empty possessions for Baylor, and UConn right now on a 7-0 run.
2-2-1. Contain you a little bit and then recover. You got to protect the ball. Defend with this terrific defense. Their hands, their positioning.
McNeely driving. No whistle. Well, a whistle after the shot. And a foul. Yeah, it's on right.
And underneath. Did they change it? This is what he did early in the game, Liam. You talk about his strength. Just didn't get up in that box area to finish it. Hey, by the way, a lot of people were talking about the great players from UConn over the years today. I didn't hear Donnie's name mentioned at all.
Donnie Marshall?
Yeah.
I mentioned it. I just want to let everybody know.
Okay.
Donnie back in the studio with us tonight with Mike Hill. You weren't going to mention it. I had to bring it up, you know.
First Donnie, NBA as well. And
yeah, Donnie's tremendous.
What a run they had under Coach Calhoun. First Donnie's years had to be operated on after 4 years.
And now a 9-0 run for UConn.
All the guards can turn the corner. This is where you might get hurt with a 3.
Love. Celestine, 5 on the timer. Open look for Wright. Yes. Well, it may have been a little lucky, but it worked.
It did.
And they needed it. The freshman from just outside of Philly, who they say is Philly tough, Robert Wright III.
Pretty entertaining, isn't it? Competitive. There's that automatic switch, but late on Ball.
And Ball with the answer.
It's the first time I've seen Ormir not do the right thing defensively. He pointed and didn't go. They got stuck, pinned.
Ball has 9, all of them from outside the arc. Love almost lost it. Here goes Wright again, and he's going to draw the foul on Solo Ball.
Oh, he is really good with the bounce. Mentioned it earlier. You know he can catch and shoot, but right here, not as well designed defensively they would like.
You kind of noted it earlier, but there's 3 sophomores, Solo Ball, Jalen Stewart, Jaden Ross, who didn't play much last year. But Dan Hurley says we need those guys to grow up quickly this season.
They've got to become good. And of course, everybody's got to step up, I should say. Mahaney being one of those guys, had some good signs early. We know what the arrow can do, can guard the heck out of people. It's just addressing the point guard position. And you know, Ball can handle it, but boy, you like him off the ball.
Pretty solid half for Robert Wright. He's already in double figures with 10.
The 3-guard look is tough, too. Puts pressure on your small forward.
Diarra trying to probe. Inside, Stewart got tripped. And Celestine kind of inadvertent fouled him. And that is the 3rd on the Cal transfer, Jalen Celestine.
And they did a pretty good job with the open middle here. He had been able to stay on his feet without an easy deuce.
Quiet first half. Celestine hasn't scored, just 1 shot, and now 3 fouls. So he's going to go to the bench, and Omir's going to return to the game.
He scored 80%. Nice game against Merlin Eastern Shore. 16 points.
A little strong there for Jalen Stewart. Omir returns. What did they tell us before the game? With all the talent, 45 NBA scouts or personnel in the building here
it's amazing.
tonight.
A little disappointed that 2 of the prospects are sidelined.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah, VJ Edgecombe, star freshman for Baylor. Alex Caravan, the captain for UConn, both sidelined tonight with an injury. There's Caravan. Right.
What a pass.
Golly, it was a block. Another block, but wait.
Yeah, they had the foul on the initial block.
Yep. He just couldn't hear it.
What a pass by Wright. That was whipped. Whew. I used to say a Ryan Duran fastball. Who would you say now? They all can throw it, right?
Maybe a Spencer Strider fastball in there.
Whew.
Well, that's the second foul on Johnson, who has had foul trouble all season long. And it puts O'Meara at the line for 2.
How about the eye-hand coordination to get that pass as well and do something with it?
But that has been an all too frequent sight for UConn so far. Johnson going to the bench with 2. And O'Meara knocks down 2.
And without Caravan, too, they'll have that luxury of him playing a 5 spot.
Inside of a minute, first half, kind of the game we expected, all even at 35.
I get Ojonowa involved a little bit here. Doesn't do as good a job covering as O'Meara does.
Can they get it to Reed down low?
Nice pump.
Well, instead it's Diarra attacking. And a blocking foul, and that's going to be the 3rd on Josh Ojonwuda.
I would give that a play on.
Let's get another look at it, Ralph.
Yeah, it's just one of those deals. They both go up. Nice pump fake. Yeah, I think a little bit of would you agree?
Yeah, it was more like Diarra initiated the contact.
And again, you go with the chest of the shot blocker, but just hoping on that delivery.
So there's the foul trouble. A couple guys with 3. Remember, you have Love with 2 as well. It's been a physical first half.
Tough game to referee, by the way.
Yeah. Well, and UConn, who at the beginning of the game was shooting on the outside, they've started to attack in more.
They put the pressure on the whistle. The way O'Meara screens is the key to this team.
There is a screen by O'Meara.
Just look at the hesitation. So good at that, Roche.
Oh, with the left.
I take it back. I had my notes. He likes to dribble left for a pull-up jumper. Twice he's gone left right to the rim tonight.
Well, light it on fire then. Your research all for naught tonight.
waste of energy.
Final seconds of the half here. Stewart giving it up. Diarra lets it fly, and he missed it. And a very entertaining first half has Baylor up 37-36 over the UConn Huskies.
Well played, hard played.
Now he's friends with him. He wasn't a couple of decades ago, but now he is.
They talked behind his back a while ago. But now he's all peaches and cream and
3 of the 6.
Amazing what was able to do here with some great players.
Yeah, 3 of the 6 national championships under his watch.
Oh, why don't you just close out? I know he missed, but goodness.
Yeah, they dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, ball wide open.
Ball hit 3 of those in the first half.
Stewart's got a big responsibility now with O'Meara because he's going to be screening. He's got to show, talk.
Here goes Roach with the left. Oh, that did everything but drop.
Nice effort.
And it'll be a tie-up. It'll stay on this end.
That was up for grabs. Boy, going left with the bounce is the 3rd time. Roche, everything but soft and tender.
Between Roach and O'Meara, Baylor, they took a couple of guys out of the ACC who are all conference players. Those are good ones. Here's Jaden Nunn, who started his career at VCU. A lot of transfers. That's college basketball these days.
Makes you do your homework.
Yes, it does. Over the top, but a foul on the floor before the catch.
Could be Diarra. Yeah. From the rear.
First on Hassan Diarra. If you're just joining us, both of these teams missing a very key player. Alex Caravan, veteran for UConn, and then B.J. Edgecombe, the freshman for Baylor. But there's a senior in Langston Love with a nice finish.
So they are so good extending and finishing high off the glass. Once again, nobody jamming up the middle.
And Baylor plus 12 points in the paint. That's why they're up 3 right now.
UConn's so good with activity. Really not getting much done with this tenacious defense.
Seen a lot of late shot clock here. Johnson counted and the foul.
What a heck of, that was deep on the floor, that entry pass. And great presence and patience by Johnson here. Doesn't go right up, little pump fake, they bite, chance for three. Terrific look.
Talked about this kid, Samson Johnson, and how he was behind Adama Sanogo, Donovan Clingan last couple of years, but he's going to get his chance this season. And he's having a good night, 11 points.
He's been good. As long as they don't foul and have foul problems, the two bigs frequently have that.
Yeah, he's fouled out 3 times this year. That's really something they're trying to correct. He's got 2 fouls now.
He's got a tough assignment. He's got Ormir in the far corner.
Love guarded by the freshman McNeely. Attacks him. Well, he stepped on the baseline, and it belongs to UConn.
And McNeely really used every ounce of energy there, moving the puppies to contain.
All tied at 39. Talked about the 45 NBA scouts that are here. Certainly they were wanting to see VJ Edgecombe of Baylor, but a lot of guys they have their eyes on, including McNeely for UConn.
A lot of young talent, too.
Ball had it stripped. And out of bounds, it'll stay here with 11 to shoot.
Good hustle, but I'm not sure the refs knew who that came off of.
You and I, though, were looking forward to seeing VJ Edgecombe as well.
I was. Just to see him on tape, it's one thing. See him up close. Pretty special talent from what everybody says.
He's nursing a hamstring injury. So the preseason Big 12 Freshman of the Year sits and watches.
Really able to get to the foul line in that first half. Nice ball movement. Ooh, look at this reaction.
Shot clock at 1. Tapped out. Here comes McNeely with the left.
Dirty adjustment, too. But a hustle play. Ooh, somebody's down. Just a slippage there by Love.
UConn up a pair with 17 and a half to go.
Nice show by Sampson here.
O'Meara trying to get to his spot. Now Nunn. Pivots and kicks out top.
You want to be solid now and don't foul.
Roach drives and spins. He traveled. Switched his pivot foot.
That's a heck of a defensive set. Everybody did their job. Great containment.
Yeah, when Dan Hurley talked about his defense the last 2 years and getting back to that, I think those are the types of possessions he's talking about.
Very valid point.
2 straight turnovers for Baylor.
When you guard and rebound, the offense sometimes take care of itself. Nice spread by a good look. And a kiss.
Yes.
Corner kiss.
He might not have meant to do it, but McNeely gets it. His mom loves it. She almost lost her phone.
The pinch post ISO, very tough, one-on-one.
Trying to stop an 8-0 run, and that will do it with emphatic fashion. Norchad O'Meara came flying through.
There is a stud on the floor. Goodness. The speed to get there. This great read by him. Nobody puts a body, that sprint baseline. Talk about sending it in.
And it also docks the 3rd foul against Samson Johnson, so he's going to come out of the game.
16:30 left, too. He has played excellent defense.
But Norchad O'Meara, who averages a double-double and has for all 5 of his college seasons, steps to the line and gets his 12th point.
He's going to make a living, this kid.
Think about it, averaging a double-double all 5 years in college.
Incredible. His rebounding leads the USA over 1,300, almost 1,400. They got a foul? Right.
Yes.
To finish that with 73 double-doubles. Most in the country. This is an amazing career.
And we talked about Omier and him being the first guy from Nicaragua, to receive a Division I basketball scholarship. And now he says, I dream of becoming the first NBA player from Nicaragua, and certainly he's got a shot to do that.
It will be fulfilled, I assure you. So many positions he can play. And slip.
This time,
that's got to be intentional.
Well, we'll see if they take a look at it. Right now, they rule a common foul.
They trap the arms, but
I'm with you, Raph.
I've never seen such a rough and tumble and hard-nosed game.
Both teams have a very challenging schedule coming up. Things don't get much easier from here.
Reed off a double-double the other night, that Northern Eastern Shore game. They loaded up a little bit. 70% from that free throw line.
Look, they've got high hopes for Reed, Raph, guy who was at Michigan for a couple of years under Juwan Howard, coaching change, and now he's here at Connecticut, but they're going to need him.
I think he's playing better here than I recall at Michigan. Different times, different spots.
And he and Samson Johnson going to be needed inside for UConn.
Look at this blow by.
Reed recovers. Now Omier kicks it up to Love.
Good hustle by Reed.
Roach driving. Reed can't get that one. Now Scott Drew wanted goaltending, but no whistle.
They got numbers here if they want.
McNeely got tripped. No foul called.
Wow. Nice pass.
Mahaney able to slip it into Stewart, who draws the foul at the rim.
What a look by Mahaney. Good hustle play outside. Liam McNeely here. A little bit of a play on. And this is in the left corner. I think he used his left hand to make this pass. Yeah, beautiful hook pass.
And it is the third foul on Norchad Omier, so that's something to keep an eye on. And also, Jeremy Roach, the prize transfer from Duke, is in a little bit of pain.
Yeah, I think he landed on the floor underneath the basket.
So he's going to go get checked out. Jaden Nunn replaces him.
He is one tough kid, though. Take a quick look at him.
Yeah, if he can come back, he'll be back in quickly. That's for certain.
Going to the locker room. I think it's Dane Snyder is the trainer. Walking pretty good, though.
So they'll look at him again. They're already without B.J. Edgecombe. UConn without their star senior Alex Caravan. Stewart misses the second, and Ojanwuna gets the rebound.
A lot of bodies on the floor during this game, though. Stressing the importance of it.
It's just the second ever meeting. They met back in 1965, but it kind of feels like two conference rivals here tonight.
This is the guy that can some magic. Nice hands by Reed again.
It came back to Wright. Shot clock at 5. Yeah, Wright's hobbling a little now as well. Love step back, and that drops down.
They got a timeout? Or they got? Oh, they're just checking on an injury.
Yeah, I think Scott Drew said, my point guard Robert Wright's in some pain.
He just went looking for Roche. He's not on the bench when he went down there.
You're exactly right, Raph. Scott Drew went down to ask if Roach could come in the game, and they told him, no, he's in the locker room getting checked out. So Wright stays on the floor. Meanwhile, Love with that last 3 now has 10 for Baylor.
Nice high-low cut.
And Reed flushes it.
What a read by Stewart. Well designed.
A read to Reed to put UConn up 3.
They had not run that play all evening. Heads up play by Stewart.
Now Love getting to his spot on the block. 5 on the timer. Wright drives, rejected. Reed on both ends.
Goodness. What a presence. Leaving it all out there, both ends of the floor. Great recognition to drop down clean. Extraordinary effort.
Well, they lead the country in blocks, and they've got 6 more tonight. Just 2 to shoot here for Baylor.
Two big guys getting tangled up, trying to keep the hands off.
And James Breeding trying to untangle Reed and Ojanwuna.
Watch the inbounder now with a curl and a follow.
It's going to be a catch, and they got to put it
Too
out.
late. He didn't know.
Yeah,
you got to recognize.
Catch and shoot, but Celestine turns it over.
Got to be more alert.
This building gets so loud, and they are making their presence felt here in the second half. In the corner, that would bounce it off, but an offensive board, and Stewart puts it home.
Well, when you shoot a soft shot, you got opportunities at the glass. Great presence by Stewart. Look at him showing.
Matches the largest lead for UConn tonight.
Really going nowhere with all this dribbling.
Cross court.
He can shoot it.
Off the side. There's Love. Wright trying to penetrate. And a forearm against Jalen Stewart.
What a sequence by Stewart. I guess those guys from Washington State can play a little, huh? All right, Donnie. With some effort on both ends of the floor.
It is a physical battle between Baylor out of the Big 12 and UConn out of the Big East tonight. Stewart will get a breather.
You're right. You said it earlier. It's like a conference game. Guys know one another.
And the atmosphere in here tremendous. 27 fouls, though, to talk about the physicality so far. Celestine, he's missed a few of those tonight.
Oh, two guys in. Ooh, Love gets the foul. What a break for UConn.
And that's going to be the third on Langston Love. So they've got 3 on Celestine, 3 on O'Meara, and now 3 on Love for Baylor.
I've not seen Roche come back.
No, he's still in the locker room or in the tunnel where we can't see him. Here's Mahaney, a couple of threes in the first half, hasn't scored this half.
They were saying before.
Yeah, that's on the floor.
Not counted. That's better. He's had trouble finishing watching games during the course of the year. A little bump, maybe not as strong, but that's no question a foul out there. I'd like to see him do that, complete the deal.
And that is the 4th on Celestine. It has been a frustrating night for him. 4 fouls, and he hasn't scored. He's 0-3 from the field.
A couple of good looks, too.
Transferred from being a Cal Bear to a Baylor Bear, but not his night. Liam McNeely. Step back triple. A little long and a long rebound. Ojanwuna.
Pinned down, gave him a look.
Right down the lane with a blow by and a reverse.
Oh, Jonathan, it's easier with a nice screen off to permit the entree.
Robert Wright III has a dozen. Tied for the most points of any scored tonight.
John does a lot of little nice things. Screening, look at him showing big. He blocks shots. Good catch.
They found Reed, and Reed finds the bucket.
How about that? The paw that refreshes.
They're standing again and scores.
Nice help by Reed. Nunn's been quiet.
He's trying to make some noise right now. Hanging, can't finish. In the corner, they'll keep it.
The man.
Who else but O'Meara?
Got a clock problem, I guess.
And that's going to send us to the under-12 media timeout. With UConn leading by 5. Dan Hurley, they had never played at the same time. They were always subbing out at the 5 spot, but Caravan's out, so Dan Hurley's getting creative and playing them at the same time. What can Baylor do to find some more offensive rhythm?
I think Ormear's got to get involved a little bit, obviously, but also their ability to get in the lane has been taken away, so they're not getting clean looks. Good defense here. Once again, everything on the perimeter of late.
Here's Robert Wright. He's been a bright spot. And he's able to draw the foul on Jaden Ross.
Boy, he really body searched wisely. Ross held them up. Pretty good attack. Right at the numbers here. So tempting to reach in. Gotta have your presence.
I mentioned he's from outside of Philly in Wilmington, Delaware. He's got some friends and family here tonight. They say he's a tough Philly guard. Pennsylvania Gatorade Player of the Year in 2023. And I said it earlier, but, you know, Scott Drew said it too, Raf. He feels like this kid could be an all-conference player when it's all said and done.
He's got all the tools, all the ability. I would agree with you. Ormear got a hand on it. He's amazing.
Yeah, he kept it alive.
The broad shoulders.
And then Love at the rim. Count the bucket and the foul.
And no assists to Norshad, but what a contribution. Missed free throws, slap out. You let this happen. Big fella. He provides such a lift for this Baylor team. Now you can say what a great acquisition. Couldn't say that a few
but
years
now
ago.
you can.
Yeah, you can.
It's legal in the NIL era. And Love completes the three-point play. He's been battling that left ankle injury, but he is playing through it tonight and playing well. Well, this guy had some noise in the first half, Mahaney, but quiet in the second half so far.
Here's that zone combo. See if they're ready for it. They practiced against it, and this is just not a good pass.
Taken away by Wright.
What a switch by Scott.
He attacks and blows by Mahaney.
That's all coaching, folks.
Yeah.
Pulled the wrinkle on the defensive end. Got a turnover here, 1-1-3 out of the UNLV days of the Tark. They mix and match. Got to be ready for a lot of things. The wily Scott Drew pulled the string a little bit with the defense.
Freshman that they say is going to be a one-and-done lottery pick. You put him into the mix, you get these guys gelling. I think this Baylor team, when it's all said and done, Rap, they're going to be just fine.
And it looks like they can play big or small, which is an Ormear, like, undersized power forward, but his knowledge and experience, they stay with the little, well, straight up man. No, the automatic switching now. Got away from the zone. Scott's a saver. That'll come back if he needs it.
Down inside, here's Reed.
Drop step to the hook.
Get to that left hand, no. And Ojonwuta clears it. I think for Baylor, though, the fan base was just shell-shocked. That first game, they lost by 38 points to Gonzaga. It's a good team, but you just don't think of Baylor losing by 38.
Obviously, they just weren't ready. Mid-season form was not available.
None from deep.
Good screen out.
Well, that said, Baylor does have the win we talked about against St. John's in overtime. Also beat a good Arkansas team as well. Down inside Johnson. It looked like had a hot potato there for a second. Wanted to get rid of it.
A little late for Reed.
Reed spinning and off the glass.
Good entry pass as well. Load him up a little bit.
Trying to get this crowd back and engaged. Neither team has led by more than 5 since early on in the first half.
And mostly right at the end of the sequence. Switching it up a little here.
Nunn spinning and kicking.
Under 5.
Omeir goes to work. Fading. High in the air, down to McNeely.
Except for a good check out as well.
McNeely, stop and pop, yes!
And nobody came out and addressed it. Ormear was the one in the air. They're going to call timeout now.
Yes, they do, as UConn has it back to 5.
Well, a lot of guys stepping up right now. Reed's been terrific.
Well, Roach, we said, came out from the locker room, but he is not on the floor. He is on the bench right now for Baylor.
And I think Danny using the two bigs together, or Amir now is matched up by Reed, physically a much better match. Pin down curl, and then that ball screen. They ran that a lot in the first half.
Amir slips and can't get it to go.
And the combo here, they give away foul going the other way. The two bigs. Danny may have found something. And
Raph, that is the fourth on Norchad Omier.
Look at the reaction by Sampson. Reed as well now. Out toughing to get that rebound. The one area of concern during the rest of the year, you may have to yo-yo because of the foul problems. The two big guys. That's the added factor or dilemma.
Well, meanwhile, Scott Drew's got a yo-yo right now with Omier with 4. He goes to the bench. You see Celestine also 1 away from fouling out. So UConn's going to be at the line here for the final 8:32. This is the largest lead now for the Huskies tonight.
Both teams so well prepared defensively. Not a lot of fast break opportunities for either team.
Now Roach has the shooting shirt on. Doesn't look like he's coming back anytime soon for Baylor. And UConn's lead 7. Langston Love driving on the freshman McNeely. Finding Wright. Wright leads, yes.
And what a nice find, too. Love didn't force anything. Nice relocate. He is tough, number 1.
Well, you are seeing why Scott Drew loves Robert Wright. 16 points tonight.
And here's the save. The defense he saved. Little wrinkle, got a turnover. Well, that foul line is inviting. If somebody sprints in there.
Mahaney, long 3. He's hit 3 of those tonight.
Off the bounce, a freeze delivery. None. Didn't get the hand up.
The lead now to 8. Love inside. He slipped, but they're going to get a foul on Samson Johnson, and that is the 4th on the Huskies big man.
Wow, pretty good defense. The dribble drive has caused some problems, but lately able, well, 2 of your mainstays.
And Baylor has only hit 1 3 this half. They've had struggles getting things going offensively. Credit to UConn's defense here in the second half of the game.
Or Amir out of the game. It's going to be a different look right now. Celestine can shoot it. Oh.
That's his 5th foul. He is done. Jalen Celestine will foul out without scoring this evening here in Storrs, Connecticut.
I actually didn't like that call.
Thought it should have been a block.
Yeah, I did. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, he moved forward. Big break. Tim Clockerty going over. Scott's furious.
Well, Scott Drew is starting to run out of bodies now.
Takes a lot to get him furious.
Yeah, his temperature runs a little cooler than Dan Hurley, typically over on that sideline.
You always go out on the limb.
But both, as we talked about, such tremendous coaches.
Amir back on the floor now.
Yeah, so that's the guy to keep your eye on now. Norchad Omier, number 15 for Baylor. He's got 4 fouls.
We got 3 shooters on the perimeter now. There's a little duck in, high-low.
Reed, no. And a strong rebound for Josh Ojanwuna.
I like the find, though.
7 minutes to play. You get the sense that Baylor just needs something offensively right now.
Well, they got Mahaney on a foul, I think, trying to fight for post position.
That's a little bit of a mismatch between he and Ojanwuna down there.
He was looking for help, a little bit bailout, but everybody stayed at home on the perimeter.
That's 7 fouls on the Huskies, so both teams will shoot the rest of the way.
Both of us had a chance earlier today to talk to Luke Murray, who did the scout. And by the way, congratulations.
Just had his fourth child, yeah, a little baby girl. So the native of Nigeria, Josh Ojanwuda, with the 1-1. Cannot get the bounce. Tell you what, Connecticut's also taking care of the ball. They have just one turnover in the last 21 minutes.
Both teams have been pretty good with the ball.
Oh, Reed wasn't looking for it. O'Meara the other way. A little out of character for him to carry it, but he kicks it out, and they get the 3 from Jaden Nunn.
I don't know, that kind of an entry pass, too. Not a good one by Aiden.
So Baylor gets it down to 4. Well, we talked about UConn not turning it over. They turn it over on the last possession. Now here's Liam McNeely. McNeely's got 14 tonight. He's looking for more. Can't finish. Out of bounds, and it belongs to Baylor. Now McNeely thought he was fouled.
Yeah, tell you, there was some contact, no question about it. This is what I like about him, though. He is strong going to that goal. Forced the issue, too. Normally you step into the line.
He's still pleading his case. It would have been the 4th on the big man of Ojanwuda, but no foul call. He still has 3. Well, how physical this game is, though. You have a feeling free throws are going to be huge down the stretch.
There's the play they diagrammed or talked about in the huddle.
And Wright kicks it back up to Love. Love calling for a screen. O'Meara sets it.
Icing it.
And McNeely swats it out of bounds with 5 on the timer.
He's done a much better job than early in the year, moving his legs, trying to contain people and not giving up on a play by fouling. Big-time effort.
Well, we talked about his mom being a Division I basketball player, but he's a 4th-generation Division I basketball player. He shows no fear out there. It's his 3rd block tonight for Liam McNeely. 2 on the shot clock, and that's going to be a violation.
Ooh, that hurts in a way. You got a fast break go the other way. Excellent defense, excellent trip.
But again, the turnovers less than 10 for both teams. Baylor now with 8, UConn still with just 5 tonight.
Diarra ball on the floor. Mahaney after that turnover on the sideline. See if they can get somebody to coordinate the on-lane baseline run for a good look.
They got a good look, and McNeely buries it.
They got caught in that mix-up of the defense. Some in zone, some in man. Nobody tracked or stayed attached.
He's got 17 and 6, 10 this half. Love. Oh, it drops for Langston Love.
Saying the hammer's in there.
Oh, they're going to, yep, you're right. Now they are also saying they're going to review it.
Which is why you say it's good. It gives you that opportunity.
Let's see if it was touched. I don't know, or was his hand also?
Wow,
it was
That's a tough.
in the cylinder. It was close. Now the review takes place at the next timeout.
Yeah.
So they will review it, but they don't review it right now. Keep that in mind. For the moment, the basket doesn't count, and UConn still up 7. Here's solo ball, sophomore giving it off to DR. DR's had a quiet night.
Much more activity to get good looks like this.
Oh, McNeely, he's feeling it, but a little strong, and a rebound for Baylor.
Tell you what, Ojanwuda really can possess it. Knows his role.
None off the window. They needed that. It's down to 5.
And he had been quiet, too. That's some talent.
And this is just the first of our 3 games tonight here on FS1, and we have been treated to a dandy.
Got to split these switches.
Ball, stop and pop. Off the front iron. Look at the battle. Everything is a battle inside.
It sure is.
Tell you what, you think Baylor, they lose Roach, but they are battling.
And they ball put it on the deck. They're going to timeout now.
That will also give the officials a chance to go over and review that last goaltend call.
Good point.
We'll get it all sorted out when we get back. Baylor. I thought Dan Hurley might be irate at that news, but he was relatively calm.
He does have some quiet times.
Two tremendous coaches, two tremendous programs, and one tremendous game here tonight in Storrs, Connecticut.
And some big tickers out here. Nice pass.
Great pass. Off the mark. Ojanwuna can't get it the second time.
And two bigs together. What a good move. A gamble paid handsomely for Danny.
Here's McNeely, the freshman, has been tremendous tonight.
That baseline rub and a slip.
And a slam for Samson Johnson.
And that's one of the dilemmas when you have that matchup zone. You seldom communicate properly all trip. What a great read.
His nickname at Storrs is Slamson Johnson. Apropos there to put UConn up 4. Now Langston Love. And none comes to get it. He'll reset.
They're going to try and turn the corner.
Drives on Diarra. And draws the foul.
You got the big guy there. Diarra's just got to let that one go. Oh, you got looming large. And this is just a pretty play. Love to tell us, run the baseline. You follow, opens up the middle. No defensive position. Just a great look, but well designed. Goodness.
Young man from West Africa came to the U.S. at age 16 with a dream to play college basketball at the highest level. And here he is now a senior for the UConn Huskies with a couple of national titles. And none at the line to hit the first of 2.
You know, it's such a high-speed game with Diarra playing his guy. But if you know the two bigs are there, just don't reach in. Lead him to the water.
Jaden Nunn. See the tense faces. This one means a lot to these programs. As Nunn hits the second, gets it back to a 2-point game.
They got no.
Or wait, did they call a lane violation on O'Meara?
Wow.
So take away that second free throw. And remember that in the back of your mind. 66-63 now.
And he going a little smaller now for this set. Face guarding here, make it a little tougher to inbound.
And McNeely having some trouble. Knocked right back out by O'Meara.
Now he cannot run. Because he couldn't before either.
UConn does still have 2 timeouts. Baylor 1.
This is the first time they've seen this face guarding too. Got a screen cut, step to the ball.
O'Meara jumping like crazy. They do get it in, and then there's a foul on Nunn.
They didn't have to. Just regain position.
So we walk to the other end.
But both coaches use it at all, aren't they? Adjustments, reacting to who's on the floor.
We just sense the intensity at shoot-around as both of these teams try to find their sea legs early in the year. But this was a game that was very important to them. And again, as I said, both teams have daunting schedules coming up. UConn has Texas, Gonzaga, and Xavier all before Christmas. Doesn't get easier.
Not at all. Have you noticed, by the way, O'Meara's been pretty quiet in all aspects, whether it's screening, getting himself in the low post position. Some of it fouls, some of it might be fatigue as well.
And a little credit to that UConn defense neutralizing him some.
Right?
Again, a guy who averages a double-double in O'Meara. He's got 12 and 6 right now. And Diarra gets them both.
And they throw a little wrinkle here. Extend on the floor.
in the most hostile of environments. See if Baylor can come from behind. Right. Finds Omier. Oh, my. Way too much. Almost accidentally tapped it in.
Did you see Omier get from the top, from the miss, but the shot to the rim? Extraordinary.
But nothing to show for it, and UConn approaching 2 minutes with a ball up 5.
A stagger screen. Pretty good strength on the drive.
No whistle. Let him play. Well, they're going to have to whistle.
That's got to be a walk.
It's going to be a timeout. Yes.
How about that play?
Now, that is Baylor's last timeout with still 2:03 to go, but they will have the ball.
Omier's not quiet anymore with that hustle play
tonight, but when he gets back, and they expect him back next game, is such a big part of this UConn program. All right, here we go. 2 minutes left, folks. Strap in.
Omier's getting involved in screening.
Let's see if they do try to get Omier involved. Not yet. Love, tough runner. That's got to be a foul on Johnson, and that's his 5th.
That hurts.
Rev, you could see him holding the jersey of a John Winona.
Again, Liam McNeely doing a good job keeping the guy, making him force into a very tough shot. This is Ojamwana, though. He just little things he does. He didn't have to score. Just a presence on both ends of the floor.
And that's a big miss right now. Johnson had a good night offensively. Scored 13 points on just 4 shots.
And it takes away that wrinkle of the two bigs together.
Yes, it does. It also puts Baylor at the line here with 1:47 to go. But Dan Hurley said it after the Maui Invitational, amongst the other things he said, that look, Johnson and Reed have to stay out of foul trouble if this team's going to be successful. That's going to be something to watch in Big East play.
There's some things he said you don't want to repeat.
That's
true.
What you're
alluding to?
You can't repeat or you're going to get an FCC fine coming your way.
What this proves really is you as a coach are adjusting, trying to figure out who can play well together against certain teams. Again, we talked at the beginning about rotations. You know, who can run the show, who can be, you know, a screener. Obviously, Sampson's one of those guys you're not going to go to him, but he is so good in so many other areas.
13 rebounds, but just 2 points for Ojamwana. Now he's got 3, and he'll have a second. Guy who grew up playing soccer in Nigeria, but he was tall, and everyone said, try basketball, try basketball. He did in his teens, and it's paid off. Can't get the second one.
Good job screening and checking out there by UConn.
Well, every possession now so big, and just as I say that, Ball fumbles it out of bounds.
Now, I don't blame Ball. There was heat on the pass. He was not free. You keep your dribble alive here. Look at that. I mean, that's a tough catch. That by the sideline is even dangerous. You wave him out, dribble down.
And those moments where the guard play has really failed UConn this year. Robert Wright gives it up. Love with an open look. In and out. There's Ojamwana, but he throws it away. Stewart stepped right in front like a good safety. Well, McNeely thought about it. He wanted it. And Dan Hurley has 2 timeouts left. He's going to take one here. My goodness, this is just the first of 3 good ones tonight. We need a breather. Let's go to Mike Hill in Los Angeles.
Yeah, we got it.
Round. When those old Big East coaches talk, I need Raph to translate.
Donnie has talked about that when he first came here. He was puzzled sometimes.
All right, here we go. McNeely to initiate into Diarra.
They got 2 shooters on the wings. You got Ball and McNeely. If Diarra can turn the corner and be creative, got to go now.
Let's see what Dan Hurley draws up.
Yeah, pinch post with a ball screen slip.
5 to shoot. And a bump.
Boy, that helps them.
It really does. They were able to milk a lot of time off that clock.
Couldn't get the leg on that baseline to turn them in. They just closed out on a tough angle.
When Love was turning around saying, what do you want me to do? He was in a tough spot there. Right. Now he's got 4.
Ball's got a great stroke, only 66%. early on.
UConn has been good at the line tonight, 18 to 23, now 19 of 24.
Now your job defensively, UConn, play without fouling, make them use clock. Conversely, you're looking for some quick hitters on the other end.
Solo ball, one of those sophomores, small role last year. Dan Hurley says he's going to have a big role this year, and he has tonight. And he gets both. Robert Wright to initiate. Driving to the rim. 4-point game.
How about that? And that was all done by Ormir coming out top. They're going to give one.
Almost got a steal. They're able to find their way out of the jam and into the front court. Oh, Hub got his hand on it.
It's a timeout, UConn. Goodness, how careless with that basketball.
When Reed picked it up, I wasn't sure if he was on the sideline, but they say no. But they're going to review it as we go back to...
Showed some strength early. Very good going to his left. Was McKinney able to step out from deep. Pretty good defensive play there as well.
Dan Hurley said a couple of weeks ago he plays like he's older than a freshman, and we are seeing that tonight. He's got 17 and 7. All right, now let's see what the approach is here for Baylor. Do you foul?
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they finally are, yeah.
Some precious seconds ticking away.
Basketball's got a backcourt violation. Nobody's going to pick it up.
Tim Clockerty goes to get it. And that's going to put Diarra at the line. He's 3 of 4 there tonight. And right around 80% on the season.
Love your guards that can knock it down. That's why Aiden Mahaney is back on the floor as well. Plus the matchup with the guards.
Misses it. Diarra familiar with Baylor from his time at Texas A&M, his first 2 years there before finishing his career here in Storrs.
I'm always big on going to the rim if you're Baylor. We're going to check something out. Blood on his hand. You got to make sure that's cleaned up.
Yeah, Norchad O'Meara. They're going to tend to him here with 22.5 remaining.
It freezes the shooter, too.
Yes. They got the blood spot covered up quickly near the elbow. Well, UConn looking to right the ship after that tough trip to Hawaii. Baylor looking for a huge road win here. But they're going to need a little help down the stretch.
I'm big on pushing it as quickly as you can. Getting the quick deuce. Get your defensive pressure ready. You take a 3 and you miss, it's good night.
One more for the 5th-year senior Hassan Diarra, who will turn 24 in a couple of months. He got it.
And they're going to make him use a little clock with this pressure. No gamble, back it up.
Bears have to have something quick. Right drives, reverses. How pretty was that?
How about that? Fell asleep on the retreat.
And only 6 seconds off the clock. One possession game. They have no timeouts, but they do get it in.
You don't need it.
And they'll foul Stewart. Ojanwuna picking up his 4th personal.
Well, you can see Baylor not really accustomed to pressure. Let somebody leak out. They did a great job up front, but didn't identify.
Now Stewart, 2 of 4 at the line tonight. He was 8 for 10 on the season coming into tonight. Sophomore from Seattle, Washington. Trying to make it a 2-possession game. And he does. It rolls around and down.
Same idea, though. I would go as quickly as you can if you're Baylor. UConn not really well prepared to inbound the ball against the press.
Well, he got them both.
They go small.
Scott Drew missing one of his good 3-point shooters, and Jeremy Roach out in the concussion protocol from earlier in the game. Wright will spread it up. Wright drives again. Same thing, different result.
Big rebound. And they got an out-of-bounds call.
Yeah, McNeely fell on that baseline, so Baylor will keep it, but you're inside of 8 seconds.
Well, you got to turn the guy on the dribble at least once.
At this point, though, you probably need a 3 here, don't you?
Yeah, I think at this point.
See what they set up
in the corner.
Yeah, they were trying to get it to Nunn. Instead, it's Omier. Well, that'll count.
Wow.
He'll have a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play.
Wow. And again, the pressing issue. Your press offense has been negligent. If you're UConn, you can't get somebody slip in like that. I know how big he is and tough he is.
It has been a quiet second half for Norchad Omier, but a big bucket there, and now a huge free throw coming. Reed back in.
Sorry. UConn's got to squeeze the rebounders, and conversely, maybe an anticipation by Baylor.
Oh, he missed it. Battle for the board. That's going to be a foul on the Bears.
I think Omier, or do they switch it? Boy, there's a lot to go over when you watch the tape for both teams, don't you think?
That is the 5th on Omier, by the way, with 5.9 remaining.
There's a lot there on both sides, but squaring it up, getting organized, realizing how much work you have to put in.
It would be fascinating, though, to dissect the film with both of these coaches. But as we said for Dan Hurley, you can't dissect it too much before you got Texas Gonzaga and Xavier coming up.
You got a handful. But there's something about the mental aspect of a win, the belief in the scouting report, the coaches, the ability to get along.
Well, not done yet.
No.
Still need one here to make this a 2-possession game, and there's what's coming up for Scott Drew. They've already played a very tough schedule, so a lighter stretch heading into the holidays. Diarra, he got it. That's the big one right there. Unless Scott Drew wants to run the quick play that his brother Bryce hit back in the NCAA tournament with Valparaiso.
He used to have that in his office, a replay of that.
Now Wright's going to dribble it up. Final seconds. He's going to go to the basket again. He got it.
Kid.
But just 0.7 left.
Good move.
Let's see if they say that's it.
They're going to shoot it, I think.
They're going to go and take a look.
Yeah, they've been ordered to make sure.
And the cheerleaders are being ordered to go back off the court.
First time the cheerleaders haven't been in control.
Almost had a Cal-Stanford football situation. The band is on the field. The cheerleaders are on the court. Let's see what time is left here. Couldn't be much. I mean, maybe you put 0.3, 0.4 back on, Raf. Because the foul did come very quickly.
It did.
But you have to take at least 0.3 of a second off. So at most there would be 0.4 remaining.
And there's a reason you have to shoot.
Yes.
We know that reason.
Yes.
It's the Brent Musburger reason.
I knew you'd get it in.
After review, the personal foul on Baylor occurred with 0.4 on the clock. We'll shoot 2 shots for UConn.
Okay, so 0.4. So there is still a glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel here for Baylor. And also, with neither team having a timeout, gives both coaches a quick chance to talk. Yeah, but if you hit the first one, do you intentionally miss the second one?
A lot of guys say they would. Awful long way to go. I'd make it just to prevent the opportunity.
There are some interesting onlookers in Vegas, though. There are. You're right. Gamble falls silent, and Diarra hits the first.
We always say hard fought, but this is in that category.
You make this and ball game over. The 5th-year senior Hassan Diarra, native of Queens. And that'll do it. Baylor will inbound. And after a tough trip to Maui, a strong rebound by the UConn Huskies tonight as they win it 76-72 over Baylor. That will do it from Stores for Bill Raftery and our entire Fox